Oh, whew. It's cosmic mind UV. It's where you need to be. Soon you'll see. It's cosmic mind UV. It's where you need to be. Soon you'll see. Cosmic mind UV. The ego. Huh. Whew. Change it up a little bit on the intro. Right there. Right there. The ego. Whew. Whew. But yeah, the ego. Should we get rid of it, etc.? Relax. Enjoy the rhythm. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go share. Cosmic Mind UV is where you need to be. Whew. Soon they'll see. Oh, Cosmic Mind UV. Hold on. Momentarily, we gonna get to it, man. Just sharing it. Whew. Oh, enjoy the beat. It's on repeat. Whew. Cosmic Mind UV is where you need to be. Hey, soon you'll see. Oh, we'll be right back. Be patient. Okay. We're gonna let that play low in the back. A little more sharing. I gotta share a little more. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video so that we can go ahead and get into the presentation to build a nation. Let's see which one we want to do. Alright, let's go to this one right here. Let's see what this one is. Know the rules to the game, you can play it. See, when you come up out the mud, there's no way you can fake it. Get your dreams in place like me, really go and chase. Now you awake and eyes open and not jaded. Make some changes, whatever. My bad, y'all. That's coming later in the presentation. That'll be a promo. But let's get into this one right here.
If you're going diving in the ocean, things will look a little murky to you unless you put on a diving mask to make things clear. The ego structure, the personality structure, is the diving mask that you put on to go diving into the idea of experiencing physical reality. The ego's job, the physical personality's job, is just to make what you're experiencing clearer. That's it. It doesn't have the power to decide where you should go, how things should work out, or any of that. In the same way that a diving mask doesn't tell you, go there and look at that fish now. Now go over there and look at that piece of coral. Oh, look at that. There's a shark coming your way. Isn't that wonderful? I think you should swim this way. The diving mask does none of that. You decide where to go. You decide what to look at. The diving mask just makes it clearer. That's all its job is, to allow you to experience what's happening right now. The higher mind knows what needs to happen, and the higher mind will guide you. But the ego is just there to allow you to have what you call the physical dream.
That was good, like goddamn some alkaline soup, some vegan soul food soup out there. Go get you a scoop. Let's come in light so we can go ahead and get right. I appreciate y'all, man. Cosmic Mind UV, man. We gonna cover this ego thing, man, because in my journey, the spiritual awakening and in all of the layers of the awakening and etc. and experience and the things of that nature. I've heard different presentations where, whether it be business or whatever have you, people would say, you know, you got to lose your ego, you got to let go of your ego, you got to stop the ego, you got to kill the ego, you got to whatever variety of versions that people would say. So You know, you know, if you a real seeker, if you a real deep diver, if you a real intellectual renaissance, whatever you want to say, however we want to play, you got to dig a little deeper. Is that really a bad thing? Is the ego really a bad thing? So let's hit. You know what? Let's hit that one more
If you're
time.
going diving in the ocean, things will look a little murky to you unless you put on a diving mask to make things clear. The ego structure, the personality structure, is the diving mask that you put on to go diving into the idea of experiencing physical reality. The ego's job, the physical personality's job, is just to make what you're experiencing clearer.
Oh, did you get that one? Come on with it.
That's it. It doesn't have the power to decide where you should go, how things should work out, or any of that. In the same way that a diving mask doesn't tell you, go there and look at that fish now. Now go over there and look at that piece of coral. Oh, look at that. There's a shark coming your way. Isn't that wonderful? I think you should swim this way. The diving mask does none of that. You decide where to go. You decide what to look at. The diving mask just makes it clearer. That's all its job is, to allow you to experience what's happening right now. The higher mind knows what needs to happen, and the higher mind will guide you. But the ego is just there to allow you to have what you call the physical dream.
Come on with it. And then we have an excellent comment. Salute the we the people. Salute the we the people. Make sure you go subscribe right now on YouTube. It's right there. It's right there. We the people. You understand me? You figure deal me? All right. Let's circulate and network with each other. Let's collaborate. Smart collaboration leads to higher elevation. Smart collaboration leads to higher elevation. Kevin Gates has said that y'all see it right there. All right. So let's go ahead and go a little bit more, and then we're gonna get into a few of the cliff notes I got over there. We're gonna get into this one. What we
Ego
got?
is in line with what your standards are, in my opinion. I feel like my ego defines my standards, and what I mean by that is my ego is not going to allow me to deal with certain shit that is beneath me. Yeah. Because there are a lot of things that are beneath me, and to say that out loud, people are just, oh, he's so arrogant, he's so cocky. No, that's just my reality. That's facts. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be caught up in bullshit. I got a family, I got a daughter, I got a big ass house, I got multiple cars, I got a good paying job, I got all of this going for myself. So ignorant shit is beneath me. And my ego is gonna make sure that separation is always there. So again, that's what I mean by perspective. Like, for somebody that doesn't have that going for themselves, hearing me talk like that, it's like, damn, this nigga is full of himself.
Hell yeah.
All right, come on, let's get to one more. That was the material side. That was the material side. All right, come on. What else we got?
Why do you want to get rid of ego? Because you were told ego is bad, right?
Yes.
I tell you, ego is good. Keep it. Trying to get rid of ego is the biggest problem we have. It's like trying to chase a cat in a dark room where it is not there. Who is chasing? Ego? Myself. You have overcome your ego. That's a bigger ego. So I tell you, just be natural. Don't worry if you find you have an ego, keep it in the pocket. It's okay to have ego.
Whoa. He said if you overcome the ego, then you have a bigger hold on. Come on, let's run it back a little bit.
Myself,
Let's
you have overcome your ego. That's a bigger ego. So I tell you, just be...
if you have overcome your ego, God damn. Is that's a summer jam right there. That right there is a summer jam right there. Woo! Mm, 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 mm.
Just being natural. Don't worry if you find you have an ego, keep it in the pocket. It's okay to have ego.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Please share, y'all. Please make sure we share so we can get an open discussion and different things of that nature. I will gladly put the comments on the screen and things of that nature. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Let me go and get the sip out of the copper cup. This is Levels to the Ego. Ego, simply a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. A person's being, group, team, team, whatever we are, all right? Tribe, whatever, okay? A person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance, all right? So now let's go into levels of the ego. Let's go into levels. Yeah, I hear that a lot. That's why I was saying earlier, a lot of different and I mean, I'm not. That's why I say I don't really mention different beings' names. It's just different. I don't know if they want to say spiritual teachers or different motivational coaches, or it might have been like business guru coaches or different frameworks of presentation. Has just sprinkled that into to what they were saying, and so the rest of it may. So that I'm not holding on to this 2%. You know what I'm saying, to make it it's just I wanted to examine it a little more because multiple people of great influence in different areas have said it, that I have listened to. So, I listen to my different motivational stuff and motivational audiobooks and different things. Okay. So then I had to go into, okay, what are the levels of ego? Because I was seeking this type of dialogue on a lot of different platforms. A lot of instances I go on different platforms, or a lot of different people's shows to, just, see the synchronicity of the brains or the waves, or see, get an algorithm of, or see some research of, okay, what's being expressed, what's being talked about, what's being said, you understand me? So, like you said a super ego shapes it. This right here, let's take the notes. Super ego. Make sure you please share this. Please share. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you share. Super ego shapes character and the ability to act in accordance with their own norms. All right. Super ego shapes character and the ability to act in accordance with their own norms. All right. Shadow ego. So when we a lot of different spiritual circles or octagons or squares or whatever say shadow work. Okay, so you have the shadow ego. All right, so part of the ego, people want to hide from themselves and others. Okay, here we go. Let's take these notes. Shadow ego, part of ego, which people want to hide from themselves and others. Okay. Now, the pronunciation of these, I need you to work with me. Okay. You have anima, ANIMA / animus. Okay. ANIMUS. All right. Opposite of one's ego, gender, and position. Mediator between the ego and the self and the self slash entry point to the deeper unconscious. Okay, that's the animus and the anima. ANIMA slash or whatever you put ANIMUS. All right, we'll get it. We'll do the etymologies and all of that on another juncture. Opposite of one's ego, gender, and position. It's the mediator between the ego and the self, and it's the entry point to the deeper unconscious. All right, we good? We there? We cool? All right, let's keep going on with the, with the you know what I mean, the elevation. It says I got ego operates at unconscious, preconscious, and unconscious levels. The ego operates at conscious, preconscious, and unconscious levels. All right. You have three parts of the ego. You have the ID, which is the id. I would say id, ID, super ego, the ego. And then, of course, you have the shadow ego. And then the, you know what I mean, the other anima and animus. And so, ego, part of the psyche based on the concept of reality most reflects a person's actions. Okay, 3 ego states: parent, adult, and child. 3 ego states: parent, adult, and child. All right, that's just, we can go, of course, again, we could do another collaborative show on this. If you have anything, else to keep rolling with it, you know what I mean, we can elevate with it. All right, 5 types of ego. Here we go. You ready? Let's come on and write it down. If I'm going too fast, tell you what I mean. Let me know so I can slow the flow. All right. We're gonna sit back and enjoy the show. All right, let's get it. 5 types of ego. You have selfish, all right. You have pleaser, the pleaser. You have rebellious. These are all the different shades of the ego. Master manipulator. Then you have critical and enabling. Did you get those? Well, it's probably more than 5, but critical and enabling is like one and the same. But if you want to break those apart, you can do that as a bonus one. Okay. Ego structure. Region of the soul molded by a constructed mental image. Ego structure. Region of the soul molded by a constructed mental image. So when a lot of different spirits, we need to unprogram ourselves. We need to get out of the different when I say zombie minds and indoctrinated minds and different things of that nature, yeah, it's the reprogramming and the uploading of the correct data. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be, along the awakening, there's gonna be different waves of awakening. So I gotta do a show on that too. How the different emotions and the feelings and the different etceteras that you're gonna go to, the different level ups. You figure deal me. So that's why I like to talk about a lot of the unseen and different things of that nature, so we don't get lost into a lot of the mundane banter. Okay, so ego structure is the region of the soul. So if they don't have no soul, then we would have to probably see what you would get with that. Region of the soul molded by a constructed mental image. Now, states of ego development. Pre-social, then you have impulsive. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's pre-social and impulsive. Okay. Now you got 5 states of the ego. One more time. Adapted. You have child. You have free child. You have nurturing. Then you have versus controlling parent. So these are different versions of the ego because people wear different versions of themselves when they're in different parts of them, their ego. Like you understand me? So when people are okay, we're gonna get to it. All right, all right, all right. We have the what? Alter ego. This is what I usually bring up when we talk about entertainers. And with us also, different beings or whatever, also on different levels. However, I use entertainers because that usually gets the most what? Traction and etc. Okay? So I usually tell people, don't you have to study multiple sides of whatever said entertainer, quote unquote, with whomever it may be, because they have an alter ego. I usually say Money Mayweather is different than Floyd Mayweather, the businessman. 50 Cent is different than Curtis Jackson. Do you see what I mean? So it just depends on what level of the alter ego or how many different alter egos one has. Now, watch this. When you get into the cloning, in which we know is movies of that, iRobot, etc. Alter ego, a person's clone, there's that word, or second self, or third, fourth, fifth, whatever. All right. A person's clone or clones, or second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever self. All right. So when I've said in the different shows that there's the Sky Daddy or Sky Daddy syndrome, the show I did, there is no goddamn Jesus, there is no Buddha, Yahweh, and all that. There is your what? Higher selves, higher frameworks of thought, higher selves. You have your future self, because people, when we visualize, you visualize yourself what? In a future you, a future self, in whatever instance. Do you understand me? So your high what salute to Bobby Hemmett. He say prayer, all you doing is praying to your own ass. You praying to your higher self, your crown chakra, huh? Your brain, your mind is the unseen. I've been saying this again. Your mind is your clone of the brain, or the brain is the clone of whatever you want to, however you want to stir that up, huh? That's the unseen force. That's the but we going all right. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right. So a person's alter ego is a person's clone or clones, or second, third, fourth, fifth of self with self. Then you have your professional alter ego, right? See, this is what I'm saying. You have different layers of yourself. So when people say you gotta get rid of your ego, yeah, now it's just like a balloon. If a balloon is overinflated, what does it do? It pops, eh? If it's underinflated, it does what? It underperforms, eh? So it has to have at least the accurate amount of inflation, or air, or helium, or whatever. In this case, we want to say data, the proper data. All right. So you have your professional ego. You have your we have our we, them, they, those, us, whatever. All right. Let's take a sip of the copper cup. All right. Okay. Let's get into a quick commercial break. With the beat in the back. Let's give it a little slide. Guess what? We got Soul Searcher services. You see what they offer? Let me get this off the screen so you can see more clearer. Soul Searcher services. Make sure you book an appointment ASAP to the top left. ASAP to the top left. Book an appointment immediately. What do? It's right there on the screen. It's right there at the bottom. The services, the essence, the feminine essence, that particular feminine essence, or that group offers. All right. So let's get to the next one. What we got? Keep it hot. If you would like to be on the Soul Searcher show, collaborations, and elevated flow and a glow, this is the offerings right here. All right. So make sure you collaborate to the top left, and for the top right is donations. All right. Gratuities for the elevations. Also, if you would like to do a collaborative effort do a special effort, or if you would like to get out a message, or you would like to be on Cosmic Mind UV, these are our basic packages. But if you wanted to do an hour, 2-hour show, 3-hour show, or a stream where we collaboratively get each other's views or pages up or platforms up, we can talk offline. So make sure you link up with me. All right. This right here is just a extra flyer, just for the extra fly design. All right. So then we have We Build, We Grow. These Nehrus right here. Woo, you gotta contact them. They seeking investors, members. Then you gotta say what they seeking that for. It's right there at the bottom right. Make sure you link up. Make sure you contact ASAP. We putting this team together. We got it together. Come on. It's network. Smart networking. We got Cosmic Soul Vegan menu right here. Cosmic Soul Eats right here. Make sure you link up with Soul Searcher. This is her brand. Also, make sure for your catering, your events coming up, a lot of that holiday stuff and a lot of birthdays and whatever you got and weddings and stuff is coming up. If you need catering, we travel. If you want to get that, look, we'll do that vegan soul food so good. Your group of whoever won't even they won't even know. Well, this was vegan for real. Yeah, it's like that. It's gonna be on smack. So make sure you contact. And also, she does nutritional consultations with the Soul Searcher. So make sure you contact. It's right there at the bottom. I know that's a little small, but you can rewind this and come back. All right. All right. Here we go. Cosmic Mind DJ services. There you go, right there in the middle of the screen. What we offer, all the services we offer for the different this and that's. So just link up for that. All right. This is the new design for We Build, We Grow. All right. This is the new design for We Build, We Grow. The contact is at the bottom. All right. All the data is still the same. Right. Upgrade on the design. Okay. If you would like to cop your walnut meat, this right here will be a replacement for the beef. All right, pause, fellas. This will be a replacement for all of that beef stuff and all of that other stuff. All right. Make sure you. Oh, how do I contact for the walnut meat? That's Soul Searcher brand also. So she has her vegan menu, all right. But this is her first actual product right here. This is her first actual product right here. All right. So if you want to substitute and again, she does the nutritional consultations. All right. This is Soul Searcher products and services. To the top left, that's how you contact. And to the bottom, that's how you can either contact and book a session to the top left, or at the bottom it says book your session today. What? At Yeezus Soul Love on Facebook. So make sure you contact ASAP. 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 All right, let's get it. Make sure you get your jar sent out ASAP. Salute to sis on We the People. She had her she is a great supporter, and we will be doing a show on that, also a collaborative effort. I got something great in store with the feminine essence. The effervescence. We need your presence, huh? All right. And then real quick, we got a couple of designs. All right. We just got a couple of designs that'll be on different things that's coming. All right. We got a couple of designs that's coming. We got a couple of designs. All right. There's one right there on the shirt, though. All right. So we got a couple of designs on the way. So we got an event coming up. Sacred Space. Buddha E. Y'all seen him do a show, a few shows on my channel before. All right. So he got an event coming up. All right. So sip from the copper cup. I'll be there. We'll be getting some content of that. Hopefully a couple of private interviews. So, we'll see. It's gonna be a great thing. All right. Couple more things. We got footwear right here. We got the footwear. All right. This one right here, African Essence. We got Umoja. All right. Make sure you subscribe right here to Young Bangs. I'll play one of his songs before we get out of here. Probably on the way out. All right. All right. So now let me turn this down. All right. Hold on. Let me get this off real quick. All right. So let's get back to the flow. Okay. So you have your professional alter ego. I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you locking in. I greatly appreciate you locking in. This is the Cosmic Mind UV show. For donations, it's right there. It's going at the bottom of the screen. And please share. Please make sure you subscribe. By the way, let's do these smart collaborative efforts. Let's get it. All right. Alter ego, a person's clones or second, third, fourth, or fifth selves. All right. Or higher selves or elevated selves or different selves, which we are going into. You have your professional alter ego. You have your personal alter ego. You have your parental alter ego. Oh, you overdig me? When people say, I'm going to put on my parent cap, or, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to put on my CEO hat, or, some people say they're going to step into their feminine. Oh, y'all know, I know I got to joke a little bit. All right. Triggering triggers alter ego stress. Remember, what are triggers to alter ego? What are your triggers to your alter ego? Stress, memories, strong emotions, alcohol or substance abuse, special events, or trauma bonding events like funerals and different stuff like that. Or trauma bonding holiday experiences and all that other stuff, and low vibrational music. I could just go on and on. But special situations. So there you go, right there. So special situations, circumstances, situations, whatever you got, the Asians. So all right. So hopefully you're getting some notes. It's triggers for the triggers to the alter ego is stress. Certain, depending on the memories, strong emotions, depending on what it's towards, or if it's productive or unproductive, alcohol, or substance abuse, special or certain events or trauma bonding events, or low vibrational music, or certain megahertz of low vibration. We say low vibration, that means certain low megahertz. It should be 432 and up, so to speak, 440 and up, so to speak. So it's, in special situations. So that's when we get into the gray, black, whatever the color is area. All right. Okay. A lot of people have dissociative identity disorder. Now I want you to go look that up. That's your homework. Dissociative identity disorder. All right. 4 levels of the ego. We got a little more. Impulsive, conformist, conscientious, autoanonymous, impulsive, conformist. You kind of can visualize that one. You can kind of see what kind of know what different groups will be a little bit impulsive. But we all share a little bit impulsive, depending, and sometimes that could flow into passion. So we could do a show on that. That would be great. All of these unseen characteristic qualities, or different, just not going to be, it's just universal qualities that we say are characteristics, traits. But anyway, conscientious, autoanonymous, all right, autoanonymous or autoanonymous. So autoanonymous, so however that the pronunciation. Okay, let's see. Your prefrontal cortex of your brain controls your ego. Your prefrontal cortex of your brain controls predominantly most of your ego. Okay. Then you have your ACC, your internal cingulate cortex. Okay. ANTERIOR, cingulate, CINGULATE, cortex. All right. They call it for ACC for short. All right. Then you have the FIC. Then you have the front with an O at the end. Insular, like solar, but insular. Okay. INSULAR, cortex. Frontal insular cortex. All right. And that's the FIC. Okay. FIC. All right. Then you have the medial prefrontal cortex. So we got to do some homework on these, all right, and how it corresponds with our egos and different things of that nature. Then you have the medial parental cortex, all right. So these are the different unseen things and different unseen things we have to examine when we say the brain, the minds, the thought patterns, the thought waves. Examining a person's, what do they say? Examining a person's character. So if you examine a person's character, you're usually examining their what? Their ego and the traits that come along with that. Now, like I say again, people say you don't have to do negativity. You have to have a negative charge to create a spark. In some instances, you see what you understand me? So at least that's what is known from what I gather. Okay, the importance of the ego. Here we go. You ready? The importance of the ego. Self-expression. Write this down, y'all. Write this down. And now, if it's productive or not, I mean, you will say, we again, is it productive for humanity? Is it productive for nature? Those different things, you have to have. That's when I say intellectual discernment, that's what I be meaning. You have to weave through the intellectual waves of, like you said on the show, what you need, what's needed, leave for someone else. You know what I mean? You overdig me. All right. So it says the importance of the ego, self-expression in various forms. Again, whether it's productive or not, that depends on the group and individual. Self-discovery. Okay. Self-discovery. So some people's ego is holding them back from what? Higher elevation of knowledge of self and more self-discovery. Even their diets, even a lot of people's diet. That's why they call a lot of stuff what? They call certain stuff what? Brain food for a reason. They call certain stuff brain food for a reason. Okay. Balancing conflicting pressures. That is a great one right there. All right. And we could do a part 2 of this, yo. I'm down for open panel. I'm cool. I'm up for open panel. Up, left, right, diagonal. I'm cool with an open panel. You figure deal me. All right. A collaborative effort. Importance of the ego. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you donate to the channel. Make sure you check me out on those different platforms going across the bottom. Right? Cosmic Mind UV. That's where you need to be. Balancing conflicting pressures. Now imagine that with the youth them. Imagine that even in different whatever forms. Because a lot of us want to preserve our youthful what? Glow. Our youthful flow. Huh? Our youthful essence in certain aspects, eh? Okay, guess what? What we got next? So let's go back on review so we can make sure we got our notes down. All right. So we can make sure we have our notes. All right. Let's do a quick review. Let's go back. Then we gonna speed it up to the present. You got your alter ego. We know what that is. What's the alter ego? All right, y'all put it in the comments. What's the alter ego? And then what's the two egos that go after that? You have your what ego and then the what alter ego. Y'all put that in the comments whenever you see this later. So we can see if you really, what they say, paying attention. You know what I mean? And then people say, why should you pay them to give out higher learning and knowledge? So they say that's why they call it paying attention. Anyway, let me see. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning. Basics. Ego, person's sense, like persons or being or group or whatever have you. Sense of self-esteem or self-importance at the basic levels. All right. Then we got to the levels of the ego. We have the super ego. What is that? For your homework, what's the super ego, y'all? So we can see if we remember. What does it shape? It shapes what? Okay. All right. Then we have the shadow ego. All right. We have the shadow ego. So when you say shadow work, shadow ego, that's the part that people are, groups, people, entities, individuals, whatever. Okay. Is what that's doing what? From what? What's the two parts of the ego to start with an A? What's the two parts of the ego to start with an A that I said? How does the ego operate again? I'm gonna give you one at the conscious and in the what? What's the next two levels? What's the next two levels? This is our homework. You got three parts of the ego. You got the super ego. Of course, you have the shadow ego. You have the one that starts with the A's, right? And then you have the id, the ID. All right. So what's the different states of the ego? You have 5 types of ego. What is that? All right. So let's speed up to the present. Let's go. All right, here we go. Sip from the copper cup. The importance of the ego. Huh? Self-expression. Again, we could do a part 2 on how that relays. All right. Self-discovery. And that varieties of form. Balancing conflicting pressures. Whatever, however you formulate those, or whatever, you get brain waves you get of those. All right. Protecting. Okay, well, you ready? The third, the third one. Protecting against anxiety and distress. Wow. If the ego is balanced, watch this, and centered, right? If the ego's balanced and centered, it can actually help you out a whole lot, ain't it? Isn't this something? This is why what? Cosmic Mind UV is where they need to be, and soon they gonna see. Here we go. Let's go. Protecting against anxieties in different forms, and distresses in different forms. Let's go to the next one. It could be the driving force to success. Different forms of successes, right? Okay, watch this. Now, these are the polarities, universal principle. We did what they would call we did the positive charge. Now we can get into what I guess, the unproductive or the negative. Imbalanced ego, okay, is inflated ego. But now again, I would put over inflated ego. Did we see? Because you have to again, how does a balloon perform? How does an ego perform? It has to have some type of spark. It has to have some type of spunk. So I would say a severely overinflated ego, or overinflated ego. Then you have fragile ego, or overly fragile ego, or severely fragile ego. Okay. You have an overly dominant id, or ego. All right. Then you have an overly dominant superego. So this is what I'm saying. So when you say do say alpha male, he might be saying he's overly dominant in certain areas. If a woman says she's alpha feminine, or I got my alpha, I'm my masculine, you might be overly dominant in certain areas, and you might have to dial it back in certain. See, this is what I'm saying about being able to articulate and relay different things in certain areas, because once again, when we saying getting into tough discussions and these tough talks and varieties that we need to have that's vital, is again, it's going to be the responsibility on a variety of us, whether it be the masculine, the feminine, or both sides. You figure, deal me, whether it's the elders, seniors, whether it's the OGs, whether it's the youth, whether it's the in betweens. You figure, deal me. All right. So, what are some imbalances of the ego? Now, we just did it. Whenever you're ready, put it in the comments. If you see this later, whenever you see this. All right. All right. So, I greatly appreciate. Oh, here we go. Oh, I had more. Man, this is some great stuff. Excellent stuff. Here we go. Let's put a little something in the back. All right. After this, I'm going to give me a little bit of. I fasted pretty much. It's time to break the fast. That's break fast. When people say breakfast, break fast, you're breaking your fast. But that's a whole nother live, y'all. All right. Okay. And I don't even want to get into that. I could freestyle on that. Balancing the ego. Balancing the ego. How do we balance the ego, y'all? What would y'all say is some suggestions or things to balance the ego? All right, let's continue. I should drop the let me see. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to pop up here. Whoever is watching, give me un momento. All right. So if you want to pop in, and rock out, you can pop through and rock out real quick. All right. So to elevate more, or if you're cool with how it's going, we can keep on flowing. All right. So let's get it. Let's go and do another color. What color we want to do next? What hue do we want to do next? What hue do we want to do next? Let's do a sky blue. A little sky blue on. All right, let's get it. All right, balancing the ego. These are some suggestions to balance the ego. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get your notebooks ready. Get your notebooks ready. Get your notepads or whatever you got ready. All right. All right, here we go. Got to balance my breathing, y'all. We're gonna do a show about breathing. It's fascinating on how many techniques it is to breathing. It is absolutely fascinating, and how it cultivates our everything. Anyway, here we go. Prioritize, in parentheses, healthy relationships with others while maintaining a positive self-image. All right. Parentheses, prioritize or prioritizing healthy relationships, sip from the copper cup, with others while maintaining a positive or productive, etc. self-image or images. Because we went into the different realms that, a lot of different beings, all right. So here we go. More suggestions. Y'all ready? Be authentic. Now, authentic is going to be different levels to your authenticity, depending on the environment or the platform or different things that you're in, and then depending on your spiritual and intellectual elevations and different things of that nature. So, and then you're going to have different varieties of what being authentic is to you, or whatever have you. So yeah, so it's different variables, but yeah, be authentic, be resilient, productively resilient, be productively authentic. I will put that on there. Be productively, or cosmically, or divinely, or whatever other great, whatever higher words elevate. You see what I'm saying? Authentic. Be productively resilient. All right. Be successful. All right. Be aware of strengths. Now, oh man, this right here. This right here is what you don't need to fear, baby. This right here can crack a lot of the Morse codes or the debates, or the banter. You ever dig me? Hold on, give me a second. Give me un momento, y'all. Okay. Be aware. Be highly aware of them, they, those, us, the group, the tribe, strengths and weaknesses. Be highly aware of our, them, they, those, the tribe, the group, the team, the whatever, strengths and weaknesses. Now this is balancing the ego, okay? Because the ego can be a group, or the ego could be individuals. But the ego is what? Divine oneness, which is a universal principle or law, which means it could be, it's multiple. That's how you get the mastermind effect. All right. So let's go back. Be productively, or whatever other word you want to put in there that's great for you, authentic. Be productively resilient. Be productively successful. Okay. All right. And variations and forms, different variations and forms, even for the top two I just said. Be aware of the group, the team, the tribe, or whatever, strengths and weaknesses. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Be confident in your abilities. Your, our, them, they, those. All right. Okay. Be confident in your abilities. This is how we balance the ego once again. All right. This is the part of the show or the presentation that we are. This is where we are. Be respectful of others. All right. To suitable degrees and varying degrees. Be willing to admit when your, them, they, those, etc. are wrong. Be willing to admit when them, they, those, you, me, them, we, us, everybody are wrong, except from the copper cup. Be willing to compromise. The art of compromise. The art of smart collaboration. The art of smart delegation can lead to varieties of higher elevation. Be willing to compromise or to comp your promise. I love it. I love that. Or to compute your promise. Our, them, they. Listen more than we, them, they, those talk. Listen. So smart listening, accurate listening, right? Rhythmic listening, harmonious listening, elevated listening. Okay. Focus on the needs of the persons, beings, team, tribe, individuals, etc. Focus on the needs of the persons you are communicating with. The variety of needs. And we have to separate needs from the wants. Ain't it? Ask others what they think. So this is why it's great to have a mastermind or a collaborative effort of adjustable intellectual beings, adaptable intellectual beings. Intellectual discernment is vital. And we have to do a lot more action, y'all. Now, this is just freestyle flow. This is just freestyle flow. We gonna wrap up the show. We gonna wrap up the presentation on the Cosmic Mind UV, the building nation. Huh? We got to get into a lot more collaborative effort, a lot more smart action, and we have to understand a lot of character flaws are the reasons for a lot of the downfalls of tribes, teams, groups, goddamn empires, factions, institutions, whatever you need to succeed. Certain, what did they say? Certain severe weaknesses that weren't made into strengths. That's why when people say come together, or when people are getting together, people have to have, that's why we would say, when I say visualization, you have to see way down the road from wherever. We have to say, will we be able to live together? Or our lifestyles or adaptable, whatever lifestyles or ideologies or different things healthy to be around each other in a homestead or off grid or on some land for a long term? Because when you're merging, what are we doing this on? The ego. So when we merging different multiple egos in one individual, because we all have them, correct? So when we're bringing us individualities or whatever beings together, individual beings together, it's going to be a multiplicity of egos that's going to what? Come with that. And lifestyle, framework, mental realities, mentality. Break that up. Mental realities. That shapes a lot of beings' ego or, whatever. No, you shouldn't get rid of the ego. It should be centered. It should be balanced. It should be harmonic. It should be aligned with nature. It should be a higher elevation, which is what? Your crown chakra, which is your physical brain, which is your master, you want to say transistor generator. What your people salute the Bobby Hemmett, God, generator, operator, destroyer. Generator, operator, destroyer. Ain't it, man? We could be generators, we could be operators, and we could be destroyers. Ain't it, man? Ain't it? So your ego, they, them, they, those, us, me, somebody, everybody, whoever. That's why people say, well, I suffer with self-confidence, lacking this, lacking that, whatever. That means they what? They don't have enough pep in their ego. They don't have enough encouragement to their ego to do that creative idea, to do that exercise, to do that lifestyle change, to do that nutritional lifestyle change, to do that, to take certain smart advice or different things of that nature. That has to go in within the individual first. That's why I be saying, and a lot of beings been saying, prior to me, right now, simultaneously. Something individually has to go into a person to say, hey, I'm obese. The nutritional practices aren't correct. I'm not right in these areas. My emotional intelligence is not situated. My emotional discipline is not situated. My whatever intellectual framework. It has what they see. Whatever we keep saying, the awakening, the spark, the what? The spark. And what a lot of people run from is what? Things that they sometimes visualize as negative. People, oh, you talking about eating vegan, you talking about eating who? Listen, some people see that as negative. You telling them to goddamn eat. Don't let me get started. You know I'm passionate about shit like that. So don't get me started. You feel me? Prescription drugs, the institutions, the hospitals, people are so overinflated in their ego, right? so overly dominant in their doctrines within their realities of that doctrine ego, of that alter ego, ain't it? That's why when I or different beings say too far gone, huh? Then you got some people that's limited severely. That's what makes the ultimate like Afro Samurai. You having a variety of different savviness and sharpness to your swords and your intellectual framework and your intellectual defense systems and mechanisms and all of this. Isms. Y'all be loving the isms. Y'all be saying isms a lot, so fuck it. So I appreciate y'all. Cosmic Mind UV. Hope this right here was some elevation and some assistance. And we gonna switch up the beat. And we gonna one of the newer beats. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I wanted to do something different on this one. I said, man, you know, let me feel like it's the opera or something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Share, subscribe. Let's do some collaborative efforts. Let's build up each other's platforms and different things of that nature. I'm with it. Let's do some live streams. It's a lot of people that be, you know, streaming for hours. It's going to take dedication to build up these different platforms and build it up in different things of that nature. Why do something for no reason? Why do something if you're not going to do it for some high elevation or some goals? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got it. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. One love, peace and abundance, and elevation. One.